Hey, what's going on, everyone? Design Coleman here. Welcome back. And the gameplay you're watching is me playing some Hardpoint with my ASM1 Speakeasy. And you know, the Speakeasy is not the fire hose it used to be. So you're gonna see that I started off pretty rough, and I ended up on the negative side this match. But we were losing, and we had a really good comeback. So that's why I'm posting this video, because you know, in all essence, we were kind of on the losing end, and we eventually pulled together and ended up being some really good gameplay, and so I really wanted to share it with everybody. So a few things I want to talk about, but first of all, I mean, what a crazy weekend, right? I mean, you know, the CoD champs, you know, the championships this year was just insane. I think, I mean, you know, I have followed the esports, you know, the Call of Duty, you know, the franchise and the esports, you know, not as much as most people do, but I do follow it. I do read up a little bit about it, you know, see who's winning, where everybody's going, and things like that, you know. And you know, predominantly, you know, I mean, Optic Gaming was like the bomb, the thing, you know. And it was tough for people to break through that green wall, you know. And this year, it's kind of nice to see some new faces in there, you know. It's not that it's great to see Optic Gaming in there and winning and doing their thing, and they're great at it, you know. I can definitely tell you there's no way I'd be able to compete with these guys, because they're just at a whole different level of gaming than I am, you know. I mean, for the most part, I'm average. You know, I have some really great times and some really great moments, but these guys, I'll tell you, they put many hours into it, you know. And I try to explain that to a lot of people who just don't seem to understand that, you know, how can you really make a living playing games, you know, and you know, it's not a real job and this and that, you know. And that would probably be a whole different video, but we all know that these guys put in a lot of time, you know, a lot of long hours, and you know, and they meticulously sit there and play these maps and pick them apart, and you know, pick apart the weapons and everything. And I tell you, you know, if I could play at their level, you know, maybe I'd be where they're at. But not saying that nobody could ever get there, but you know, it definitely takes some effort and a lot of time to get to that point. So yeah, you know, it ended up being, you know, right where everybody predicted that it would end up being, you know, Denial Esports and Optic Gaming, and that's where it ended, you know. And you know, Denial Esports, you know, took it, and it's great, you know. It's nice to see some new faces, you know, in the championship ring, you know. And I mean, Optic Gaming took third place, which is great. You know, my hat's off to those guys. You know, I mean, they worked just as hard as these guys did, and you know, in all things sports, there's always a winner and there's always, you know, somebody who has to lose. You know, but in all honesty, you know, everybody really, in my opinion, is a winner because of for the simple fact that, you know, they put a lot of time and effort into something they love, you know. And you know, there's not many people who can say that they're doing something they love, you know. And a lot of times, you know, we're just doing a job that you know, gets us by, gets us through the times, gets us to the end of the day, gets us to the end of the week, and you know, brings the paycheck home, and you know, puts the food on the table. You got kids, it buys the kids clothes and whatnot. And you know, we do it because it's a responsibility, and you know, we may not enjoy it, but you know, for some of us, that's just the way it is, you know. And these guys, you know, they work hard. So yeah, it was quite honestly, this was the year that I spent probably the most time following, you know, the matches, because it was just something new, you know. There's all kinds of new stuff going on. We had the exosuits, and you know, so I was really interested and really excited for this year to see how things were going to play out, and it was everything I expected. It was amazing. I wish I could say I followed every single match, but You know, I wasn't able to because I do have, you know, a job outside of this. You know, currently this is something I'm doing, and I'm having a blast doing it. I love doing these videos. I have so much fun doing it. So, you know, hopefully it gets me somewhere to where I don't have to work that typical 9-to-5 job like I'm doing, you know, and do this and do something that I really, really enjoy. You know, secret, I work in the IT field, and it's not all that fun. It really isn't. But I do like it to a point, so there is a little bit of enjoyment in there because I'm a technical guy and I love technology. So I'm not going to talk too much about my job. So yeah, esports this year, you know, Call of Duty, Denial Esports, you know, it was great. It was a blast following these guys. I really wish I was able to be there. Hint, hint, you know, throw me a bone, Michael Condrey. Somebody send this video to Michael Condrey. Throw me a bone. So, so yeah, it was great. You know, I hope everybody got to enjoy it. If you were there, awesome. You know, I hope you had a blast. I hope you had a good time. Next thing I want to get onto is the new DLC that's coming out. I'm going to try and keep it short because there's only so much time I have to record. So, the new DLC coming out. I've been watching some of the gameplay videos that a lot of the bigger YouTubers have had the opportunity to play the maps, you know, early, and again, wish I was there to do that because that would have been awesome, and it would have just been awesome to be there to meet all these guys, you know. The one that I really focused on the most was Drifter. His channel, he's got some pretty good one, you know, some pretty good gameplay on there, and to be honest with you, I usually tend to go towards his channel for most things. You know, if I want to catch up on something, or he happens to post something that I actually want to catch up on, you know, he's really informative and things like that. You know, he really takes the analytical approach to a lot of things, and that's what I like about his channel the most. And you know, he's really just he's really a good guy. You know, he's a real guy, and he cares about his viewers. Not saying that none of the other guys do. You know, it's just I gravitate towards his channel the most. You know, it's usually where I go first for a lot of things. So he's got you know, the gameplay. He on his channel he shows both maps, you know, with and without the grapple. So the grapple is, you know, it's a new mode. Think of it like the exos when they are introduced into the game, and how, you know, if you don't like the exos and how the gameplay is with the exosuits, there is the classic gameplay that you can go play all the same maps with the classic, you know, Call of Duty game mode where it doesn't have the exos. So they're doing the grapple the same way, where it's an addition to the gameplay. If it's not something for you, you know, go try it out and you don't like it, yeah, you can play all the same maps without it, is the way it's going to be. So I kind of like that idea because, you know, after watching the gameplay, this may or may not be something I might like. You know, we got the exosuits that gets us across the map pretty quickly. The grapple adds really an additional speed boost, you know, and I believe if you're running overkill with it, I believe it gets you like 3 grapples, or I think you start off with 3 grapples. I can't recall. But, you know, it looks kind of cool watching these guys grappling across the map, and how it looks so much faster. You thought the game played fast at this point. You know, it's going to be a lot faster when you play with the grapple. And, you know, me and a good friend of mine, we were talking about it, and his concern is that now that you know, this grapple has its own playlist, it may hurt the regular playlist, you know, the standard playlist. You know, but I guess that's kind of up in the air. I have yet to go and play any of the classic the classic version of Call of Duty in Advanced Warfare without the exos. So I don't really know how big the playlist is. I don't know how many people are in there playing. You know, maybe I'm gonna put some of that in here. Maybe I'll do a video on the classic playlist just to see how it goes. You know, I tried playing Black Ops with my son and stuff once, and man, it's rough. You know, when you don't have the exo and you're always looking for it. I do the same thing in Destiny. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the gameplay. and I'm going to leave a link in the description, you know, for some of the stuff I talked about. And if you like the video, give it a like, you know, please share it, and don't forget to subscribe. Catch you in the next one.